Hello everyone, welcome to Jent Watches, and I've never been this nervous for a reaction series before. This is a highly requested series. I did some One Piece opening reaction videos on this channel, and I enjoyed them quite a bit. And then I did people asked me to do a reaction to a video which was a spoiler-free video about the world building of One Piece, and I did that as well. And in that video I said I wasn't sure if I was going to do One Piece reactions, but you know, I also wanted to gauge how people felt about it. And I got a lot of people saying some very, very, very kind things. If you commented on that video in a positive way, which I'm pretty sure most, if not all of them, were very positive comments, I thank you very much for those comments. They were really nice to read. And a lot of people said, like, yeah, like some people were like, yeah, I mean, I love One Piece reaction videos, I love them. And another group of people were like, I don't normally watch One Piece reaction videos, but for you I would, which is an incredible compliment. I don't know if you mean it or not, and you better be here if you mean it, but but thank you very much for that. And then other groups of people, there was even a small subset of people who were like, to be honest, I probably wouldn't watch it, but it's still worth your time. So generally, I mean, it makes sense people on a One Piece video are gonna like One Piece, but I read comments that were very passionate and very amazing, and so I gotta do it. I gotta do it. And so here I am doing One Piece today. Now, I've got some housekeeping things for the start. I know you want to skip ahead to the reaction, and that's fine if you do, but I want to address these things at the start just so that you guys can know all of these things about this series before you start asking questions or having worries about certain things that are happening. I just want to go over all of it as quickly as I possibly can and then get into the reaction, okay? So, first piece of housekeeping that I want to talk about is I just started a Patreon. And I made a big video about why I started a Patreon, and if you have any questions about the Patreon, you can go watch my video about the Patreon specifically, or you can go to the Patreon page. The link is in the description. It should answer your questions, it should help you out, and generally the main reason, number one reason I started this Patreon right now rather than later, is because I wanted to make sure these reactions were up in their best way possible for you guys, because you guys wanted One Piece reactions. I wanted to make sure that there were full-length reactions for those people who didn't like the cutting in the opening videos and stuff. If you actually really don't want to watch with cuts, the best way to do that is to watch the full-length reactions on my Patreon. So my Patreon will have full-length and early access. However, the early access and the full-length will be one and the same for now, which means right now, episode 2 should be on my Patreon. However, it's not edited, it's only in full length. If you want to watch the edited version, you have to wait for that to come out on YouTube. That's for now. Hopefully in the future I can separate them and have early access be a different thing to full length. So if you want early access to the edited video, you can get that. Right now, I mean, it's early days, it's a lot of work to get this set up, so I can't quite get that set up yet. But everything's under one tier, so you just got to pay for one tier and you get all of that. Also, I want to just make sure, I said this in the breathtaking World One Piece video, but I want to say it again. I am very happy to do this series, and I'm very excited to do it, and I will, I believe I will continue to do it as long as two things happen. One is that I am still able to do it, and that means if my life allows me to do it, as well as if I enjoy the series. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy the series. I like all the stuff I've heard from you guys, glowing reviews, and even if the first episodes are rough, I've stuck with series before, so don't worry. But generally, I will continue doing that as long as I can, and as long as it is worth it for the channel. If it gets to the point where the videos are not being seen by many people are kind of over the reactions, it might be put on pause or stopped, but I mean, that's, you know, I'm sure you understand, and I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I don't think it will, but I just want to make sure that people are understanding of the fact that you know, if there were like 5 people watching a video every time, and I was putting hours and hours and hours and hours into each video, like I don't know if that would be worth it, and I probably wouldn't be able to keep doing it. And finally, the final thing I have to talk about, I promise we're getting to the video. Final thing I have to talk about is I mean, One Piece is over 1,000 episodes long. This is a monumental series. This is gigantic. Even if I did a video with one episode per video every single day, it would still take me 4 years to complete. So with that being said, the goal is not to race to the end of this series. I am going to enjoy it to the best of my ability. I am just going to sit back, relax, and watch it at the frequency that I can watch it. So this channel is not going to become only One Piece videos. One Piece is just going to have to fit into my schedule as everything else does. So with that in mind, the episode frequency, I am unsure about as of right now. How often One Piece videos come out, it is unclear so far. And also, I know with series like this, a lot of One Piece YouTubers, I haven't ever watched a One Piece YouTuber because I don't watch the show, but I've seen them appear in my suggested videos. They often do groups of episodes, 2 episodes, 3 episodes, 4 episodes at a time. Of course, I very well might do that, and that is within plans of mine. I'm going to start with 1 episode at a time, and we will go from there. But as the series goes on, I'm sure, especially I've heard a lot of the time this show might recap stuff for a long period of time and stuff. So in that case, I will try to put multiple into one video possibly. But that's all ahead of me, so I just wanted to address that in case you guys wanted to tell me that sort of stuff in the comments below. I've already addressed it. It's all good. But if you guys have any other suggestions for certain ways you want things done, please let me know. Like, for example, I know this series is more about stretching things out than adding filler. Like, apparently Naruto adds a lot of filler, while One Piece adds a little bit of filler, but mostly like stretches episodes out. So like 1 chapter is 1 episode, which is pretty unheard of. Normally 2 or 3 chapters go into 1 episode for regular anime. So because of that, I do know that there are some episodes which are called filler episodes because they don't follow the manga. I want you guys to tell me in the comments if there's any particular thing you want me to do. Like if it's pretty well known, like you should skip these 10 episodes or whatever because they're filler and they're not very good and they're blah 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 whatever. So just if you want to let me know of those sorts of things in advance, then and if there's like if everyone is saying a certain thing, then I will do that. Anyway, we are going to start One Piece. I'm getting emotional a little bit, like just a tiny bit, because this has been something that I have said for years to my friends. One day before I die, I'm gonna do One Piece. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Like when I first started anime, I was like, I'm never touching One Piece. I won't like it. It doesn't look good and it's too long. But then after I started to get into anime a bit more and heard people talk about One Piece, I was like, I gotta do it before I die. I have to try One Piece before I die. And I mean, I would love to be caught up on One Piece and be one of those people who can say I caught up on One Piece. So yeah. We're going to be getting into it today. I'm not expecting these early episodes to be mind-blowing or anything. I'm expecting it to be kind of rough for the start, but I'm going to enjoy it as it comes as best I can. And I will give you all the thoughts that I possibly can in this video. This video might be long depending on how much I have to discuss for it. And this is from the 90s, I think, at this point. So I mean, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is not even the 90s, that was early 2000s. I've watched like bits of, you know, Sailor Moon and all that sort of stuff, but I don't watch much anime that's not modern anime. I don't generally like it. This is an exception. So here we go. I mean, I'm scared. This is episode 1 of One Piece. I can't believe I'm saying it, but here is episode 1 of One Piece. I remember this. Everyone's after that treasure. Da-na-da-na-na. I've already reacted to this OP on my channel. You can go find the OP reactions. Oh, yeah. Also, it's pretty crazy going on Crunchyroll and seeing, like, I was trying to set the quality and I was like, it won't go higher than 480p. Of course it won't. This is from the 90s. They hadn't heard of a number higher than 480. I love that they have subtitles for the song. Oh, I forgot they had sound effects in the OP. Da 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 da. And the awful logo. Here we go. What does that say? Crunchyroll? Oh. That's what it says. Luffy. Okay, this is Nami, right? Not Mami. Nice job, man. Is Luffy in this thing? Whoa. Whoa, fully pink ship? Oof. Oh. I wonder, is Nami in on it? I don't know. I don't know anything about her character other than what I've heard from osmosis. Oh, she's smiling. I think she's in on it. Alvilda. Oh my gosh! That's a large Michael Jackson. Oh my gosh, so much focus. It's gotta be Luffy, right? Especially since it showed the title saying I'm Luffy while looking at the barrel. So is it not her ship? I don't know. I don't know the extent of what Nami knows. The woman pirate. Surely there are other women pirates. You can't just claim it for all women. Oh, oh. Poor Kobe. What? Oh, you're not hitting Kobe, right? You're destroying the... Yeah, okay, good. Okay, alright, yeah, she's... Did she get a thing on her head once she did that? Bandana, that's the word I was looking for. Oh man, she looks great in that pirate getup. Oh, really? She plays dirty. Oh, you're gonna go right for the nuts. Oh, okay, here we go. Is an arm gonna stretch out the top of it once I open it? Oh, 2 arms and a head. Wait, did you not? You didn't even mean to punch him? You were just celebrating waking up. How did he break them? With his hands? Did he break their swords with his hands? I forgot his first name was Monkey. Monkey D. Luffy. They will if Luffy is shouting about food. Okay, his ship got swallowed. Was he the only one on the ship? You just got caught along in the ride. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god, Luffy. Leave him alone. Okay, yeah, she's taking her own treasure for herself. So she's like a solo pirate, maybe? Oh! That poor dude, he was just coming up the ladder. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that's a cool eye catch. Especially for the 90s. King of the pirates. Of all of them? There's a lot of them. Have you seen how many characters there are? Okay, he doesn't have a crew yet. That's good. I want to see him meet all of his crew. The One Piece. Yep. Ah. Simple motivation. That's a good attitude. It's what I want to do, so I want to do it. Join the Navy? Is that what you want to do? Oh, interesting. Ah, yeah, drop that honorific. That's nice. Is Kobe gonna become a villain at some point? Like, not a villain, an antagonist, I guess? Assuming he survives this encounter. Oh my god. Zoro? The pirate hunter? Is this gonna be the opportunity for him to show off his skills? Come on! They haven't shown his stretchy powers really once yet. Whoa! Wow! Whoa! But he still hasn't stretched really, right? He's been bouncy and springy. Oh, here we go. There we go. Here's his stretchy power. Whoa! It's like holding a rubber band back and just holding it in front of someone to scare them. A rubber person. Devil's fruit? Oh my gosh. The gum fruit. Sure, as long as you steal, you're a pirate, right? Yeah, Kobe. Even his mouth stretches when he laughs. I hope you succeed at that and beat up everyone except Luffy. Oh, wow. And now Luffy's gonna handle it. He's fine. That doesn't work? So what, can he not get hurt? Oh. Just pure momentum gets him. Oh my god. Don't twinkle. Okay. I thought I was gonna do like a Team Rocket twinkle in the distance. Oh. Poor dude, he didn't deserve that. Or maybe he was bad. He was working for her, so maybe. That's very sweet. Oh, there they are. Oh my god. They're meeting. They're meeting. Hang on, did they meet or did they just look at each other?
How
How did he get captured then? to take 40 guys. I wanted to. Yeah. There's Zoro. To be continued. Oh, an ED. I haven't seen this. I know at some point they stopped doing EDs. Oh, I like this chorus. Oh, I really like this chorus. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Don't show me. Is that preview? That's a preview, I think. I'm not going to watch that. That's a preview. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have a lot of things to talk about. So, I mean, look, I did it's the first episode, and I guess because I'm more like, I guess, nervous about this series because it's such a big thing, maybe I've been, you know, a bit more attentive than normal, but like I wrote like almost a full page of dot points that I want to talk about, and like normally, I mean, okay, for example, when I watched I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, I had almost a full page as well. And that was a 2-hour movie. And I wrote more notes here for this, which was a 20-minute episode from the 90s. So there's stuff I want to talk about already. I will say ahead of time, if I, like, there seems like there's going to be, you know, a lot of stuff going on in this show. I'm worried that I'm going to forget a lot of stuff. And so please forgive me if there's some things that seem obvious that I just totally miss. Like for example, Alvida. If Alvida comes back into the show at some point, like let's say in 100 episodes time, Alvida shows up again, and I'm just like, oh, who's this new character? Like I might completely forget. So I just want to apologize. I know you guys probably forget as well. I feel like just sometimes when people are watching reaction videos, they forget how they first reacted when they saw something, and so for them it's super obvious, and for the reactor it's not as obvious because this is the first time, or people focus on different things. Just want to make that clear. Anyway, let's actually talk about the episode because there's a lot to talk about. So let's just start with Luffy. I'm just gonna start with Luffy because he's the main character. He's basically how I expected him to be. I think he's more I guess harsh than I expected him to be, which is good because I already like him more than I did when I was a kid and I watched a couple episodes, you know? Like when I was a kid and I watched him, it was like, oh, this is the happy-go-lucky whatever dude. But in my head, he was like, I was a kid, so I didn't know what I was watching. But in my head, I think what I thought was he was like a super one-dimensional, like, he's just a dude with an annoying voice. But now that I am older and watching this again, I think he's like actually a character that I can absolutely see myself really, really liking, and I already like him quite a bit. He seems, he's cheeky. He is, he is single-minded, but self-aware of the fact that he's single-minded and accepting of that fact, and like, I think it's kind of a really nice single-mindedness where the line that he had where he was just like, I am, like, that's what I want to do, and so if I die doing it, then I'm okay with that. Like, because in his mind, it's like, he's trying to live the best life he possibly could. So, if he's just spending his life trying to attain that best life, that's not a life wasted. Like, you know, he could spend time settling for just, you know, being on land and hanging out with people and making friends and stuff, but then he's not going after the best life he possibly could. And it seems like he enjoys this stuff anyway, you know? He enjoys the chaos of what's going on. I mean, he was smiling a lot of this episode, so, like, I mean, hey, he's living his best life. It was funny that someone in one of the One Piece opening reaction videos that I did, someone had to remind me, someone said in the comments, like, just a reminder, pirates are bad guys generally. Like, pirates are pirates. Like, while watching the openings and whenever I'm thinking about One Piece, I never think about the fact like who pirates are in real life. I don't even compare the two. So I didn't even take into account the idea that the main characters of this show aren't probably are the most noble of people. Like, they're not fighting for justice. They're probably fighting for greed. And so it's still going to be fun to watch. And I'm sure they're going to be better, like, you know, morally better than a lot of the pirates are going to come across. But it's just interesting to think, like, because what they're about to do is, I assume next episode is them going to be breaking Zoro out of Navy prison. And the Navy are the good guys. And they even make us agree that the Navy are the good guys because Kobe wants to be a Navy officer. And we want that for him, you know? Like, that seems really, really admirable and cool. So it's not like they're like, well, the Navy are all corrupt and that's why Luffy's actually, even though he's working against the system, he's actually the good guy. It's like, no, Luffy's doing what he wants to do. The Navy is still doing the right thing, trying to stop people from stealing. And Luffy is just living his best life. So I love that. I think that's great. Alvada is it Alvada or Alvida? I think it's Alvida. Alvida is the perfect example of why I would have hated this show as a kid, because that kind of character design, no, not even as a villain. I hated it, and even still now, I still don't love it. But I can accept that it is part of the art style, and I will come to at least be okay with it, I think. I don't think I'll ever come around on thinking that is an amazing... Like, I mean, it's an amazing character design. I don't think I'll ever come around on enjoying seeing that sort of character design on screen. It's just... Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't really articulate why. I wish that I could. I always want to be able to articulate all of my thoughts perfectly. Sometimes the thoughts just come down to, I'm not a huge fan. So that sort of character design, and I know there's a billion of those characters in this show. I've seen the designs. I watched the OPs and saw all the characters go by. I know that, like, I think like 60 to 70% of the character designs in this show have something that I find off-putting and weird. But I think, like, once I'm attached to the show, that won't matter to me anymore, like, at all. And I'm going to be able to focus on the stuff that I do like a lot more. Okay. So, become the king of pirates. If you basically get the One Piece, you will become the king of the pirates. So, I assume that's the end goal of this show. I'm guessing we're not gonna make any, like, real progress on that. Like, I wonder. Like, don't tell me this because I'm watching the show, but I wonder if the journey for the One Piece is going to be something where every 100 episodes or 50 episodes or whatever, they make a significant, like, they make progress on it. And they actually do, like, oh, we found this thing which tells us that the One Piece is in this island or whatever. And then they do blah, 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 whatever. They do for many, many episodes. And then, we got to the island and it's not here. But what there is here is an ancient wizard who tells us that this is the actual what the One Piece was here, but we had to move it away or whatever. You know, like, I wonder if they're actually going to progress that story like that, or if it's just going to be, okay, our goal is to get to the One Piece. Here is us moving toward the One Piece, and there's just so many pit stops along the way that we don't even think about it, you know? So, I'm not sure. I am not sure, but it is making me very curious. I am so glad that the show didn't start with a crew fully formed. Especially with a show with 1,000 episodes and so many characters, I want time to develop these characters and get to know them. So I'm glad that this first episode just had Luffy, Kobe, and Nami in the background, you know? And it alluded to Zoro. So then hopefully next episode we'll just get Zoro, and maybe we'll get Nami next episode as well. And so then we'll just have those three as a focus, and the episode after that, I'm assuming we'll meet someone else. I would like that. That seems like a nice pacing for me, to slowly meet these characters and get to know them and then see them come together. That just feels comfortable for a show like this with this much length. I don't want them to sort of force me to get used to the relationships between characters that have been established off screen. You know, I want to see it all on screen. What was I going to say? Zoro is a pirate hunter. I didn't know that. I'll tell you, I don't know much about these characters. I know stuff from media osmosis, and I know stuff from watching the opening reactions. But I haven't looked into it, so I didn't know Zoro was a pirate hunter. And Luffy's a pirate, and he wants to take him onto his pirate crew. So I wonder if the reasoning will be like, hey, look, you come with me, I'm going to be meeting more pirates than you'll ever meet in your life. Like, as long as you don't take us down, we'll let you beat all of the pirates except for us. Like, we will be the only pirates that you can't beat. So I'm curious about that. So Kobe, the thing about Kobe is I've never seen this character before in my life. I have no idea who Kobe is. I've never seen him before. So the fact that I've never seen him before means he doesn't become part of the main crew. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have seen him. Which means I assume he goes to work for the Navy. How soon? I'm not sure. Maybe he'll stick around for like 5 or 6 episodes and then say goodbye. But what I want from that character, I did see people saying that that Oda is really good at having characters and naming them, like, and when they're named, you know that they're important, and when they're important, they will generally come back at unexpected times or in important moments. And so because of that, I think it would be very cool if they, in 70 episodes time, Kobe came back and he was like a fully fledged Navy officer or whatever. That would be kind of cool to see, and you can see some like off-screen character development. I think that would be nice. But it's also interesting because he's going on the people who are opposing Luffy. And so there's probably going to be some tension, and he could be a future antagonist. Luffy is a rubber person, and he is that because he ate the devil's fruit Gum Gum. So there's a lot to unpack there. So he's a rubber person. He's a dude made completely of rubber, I'm imagining. And so because of that, he can stretch and he can take more hits because they sort of like bounce off of him. I wonder the extent of that. Because I feel like, is it possible he could just have the main character not ever get hurt by anything? I feel like that's not. So it's like, I feel like he's just got a higher pain threshold because of that. But I don't know. I have no idea. And yeah, I guess we'll learn more about the devil's fruit, but I'm guessing, they are super powered, like things that can make you super powered for one reason or another. I wonder how many of them there are and like where they come from, like if these devil's fruit are, like if there's like 5 devil's fruit in the world and Luffy just happened to get one, or if there's like hundreds and hundreds of devil's fruit, so a lot of the main bosses he'll come across will have eaten a devil's fruit, or most of the people you meet in the show maybe have eaten a devil's fruit. I don't know. Like, is devil's fruit the equivalent of having a quirk in MHA, or is it the equivalent of like how I imagine having a Dragon Ball is in Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z? Granted, I haven't seen Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, but I know there's only like 7 of them, right? So it's pretty rare to find someone who has that. They've also mentioned the Grand Line and how it's the pirates' graveyard, so that's somewhere that they're going to be going. I've heard the name Grand Line before. I've also heard Devil's Fruit before, but I've heard Grand Line before. I wonder if that's a short-term goal or a long-term one. Like if Grand Line is the final place they're going to, or if Grand Line is going to be that's the first stop. That's what Luffy thinks is going to be the final place to go to, but it's actually just the first stop on their adventure. And finally, oh no, not finally, I first want to talk about Nami, because Nami is the one character that when I was a kid and I didn't like the show, she was the one character that I still always liked. And I always wanted to, like, whenever I thought about watching One Piece, in my head it was always, if I did watch it, I would watch it for Nami. Just because I like her design a lot. I also get very attached to female characters. I've got figures above my camera. Most of the figures are female characters. It's just, look, I'm a straight man. I get attached to female characters. I like them. I like the orange hair. I like her design. I like the glimpses of her personality that I've seen. The bits, this little cheeky smile she gave in this episode, and in one of the OPs, she like winks at the camera. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I like about her. So I am excited to see, like, you know, how it goes. I don't think she spoke in this episode. I think she was just like giving shocked looks and stuff and making like gasp noises and stuff, but I don't think she actually spoke. So we're probably going to get her personality properly later. And finally, this is the final thing, the ED. I didn't get to see the ED because I only did an opening reaction thing. So when I saw it today, I was very excited, and it got me emotional a little bit. And I don't know why, but that chorus was really, really good. And I feel like if it was an emotional episode and then it cut to that ED, dude, that could work. Like, it was a really, really good ED song. Really good. Especially for the 90s. I know I keep saying that, and it's not like the 90s, they had no idea of quality. It's just that I generally don't like non-modern anime. So, and that's not from lack of trying. I've definitely watched a lot of non-modern anime, but there's a lot of stuff that I'm not a big fan of, and I'd prefer to watch modern anime. But yeah, that ED, I mean, that's timeless. That was great. And I didn't even mind the visuals. I've seen worse visuals. There was one bit in Devil is a Part-Timer where the ED visuals were just panning up a bikini shot of Chi. Like, it's the visuals just being fading in of these characters. It was nice. I liked it. It was nice and calming. Well, that's it. I mean, I spent 50 minutes doing that video. But it was worth it. I'm sure future reactions aren't going to be quite, like, the discussions won't be quite that heavy. Maybe they will, but probably not. But, I mean, it's the first episode and I had a lot to say about it. So I am so happy that I enjoyed this first episode. I really did. Like not just on I knew to expect something, you know, bad to start with, so I just expected something bad and it was okay. Like, it was actually pretty good. If that came out today, I mean, not with this animation. If it came out today with this animation, I would maybe, you know, give it a miss. But if it came out today, with, you know, modern animation, I think I would stick with the show, like, for good. So that's a very, very good sign. Anyway, thank you for joining me for episode 1 of my One Piece reactions. I hope that I can do a lot more of these if you guys like them, and if they get enough attention to justify making these videos, then I would absolutely love to continue this show as far as I can go. So please make sure to, if you did like it, support the video and support the channel to show that you enjoyed it. So liking the video, commenting, and subscribing, all things that you can do that are free and do help support the show. You don't have to support me monetarily on Patreon, but if you do really, really enjoy it and you have the money to spare and you think you would gain from the benefits that I'm giving, then absolutely go into the description below to my Patreon and subscribe there. I would really, really appreciate it. But if you can't do that, or you even just don't want to do that, liking, commenting, and subscribing are things that those things all individually can really help the channel. So please make sure to do that. But thank you for watching this episode, and I will see you for episode 2. Goodbye.